today you are welcome to another episode of our farming journey, and I would like to share with you some challenges that I faced since starting my farming. As you can see on your screen, you are seeing that we've made our bed and we've put a plastic mulch on, and you can also see the nursery house that was broken by rain. If you have not watched that episode, you can go to the channel and check the other video and on how to construct a nursery house and all the nitty-gritties that you have to factor in. So coming back to what I want to talk about, when we got the land, I couldn't envisage the fact that the land was going to have flooding issues, because we got a machine to come over to clear the land, which did a good job fairly. Then we also got our tractor on board to come and do the plowing and the harrowing. Now next was to use a bed former, which was very difficult to find one. So I ended up going by hand, doing it the manual way. Now the reason why we are raising up the beds is because after the soil has been tilled and turned upside down and loosened, it makes it easier for peppers, tomatoes. Mostly there are certain crops that you need to lift up the bed so that it will help with its growth development. Now what happened is, I'm just showing a couple of pictures playing on the screen. Then we started having the rains as we were in the minor rainy season. Then I noticed that we were having challenges with the water. The water first of all washed all the beds that we have done, until the third time when we had already put the plastic mulch on. As you can see now, we're putting the plastic mulch on quickly, because if not and it rains again, it is going to wash the bed. And another thing that we factor in was that I needed to make paths and gulleys for the water to pass. So when we made a path and gulleys, let me use this video to explain. You can see very well that there's a lot of water that is coming from the other side of the land where you can see the maize. We started to do bed there as well, so you can see there's the gully that we created for the water to naturally pass through, so that we will not have any stagnant water on the farm. Now after the rain is done, you can see that just a little bit amount of water is stagnating in between the beds, which within about 2-3 days maximum, they just all dry up. So this is something much better that you should factor in when you are making land preparation for your beds. If you are into tomato farming, you are into pepper farming, cucumber, whatever it is that you are doing, especially open field farming, this is one of the challenges. And you can see that the rainwater has gathered together and collected into where the maize we initially grew, the first maize over here. So it has created sort of a pond, because that place was not filled, which is something that we'll factor in when we are doing another planting next year or the next season, so that we know that that place is more of like a gully or a little pond. We can even decide to turn it into a fish pond. Then we can grow some fishes over there, and in the end use the water to irrigate the peppers and whatever crops that we'll be doing henceforth. So that is the natural part that you see over there. And I couldn't also turn it into the horizontal pattern up there where it looks like it's empty, but we've planted some maize over there, all that area, because then we'll end up blocking the water that will be coming from the vertical side of the bed as well. So we just have to play around, work around it, and see where the water passes. Then we can go on. So this is something just small that I wanted to share with you in case you are considering doing your irrigation or drip, or you are making your bed. Just make sure that you check the slope of the land. This is very important, because you might think that you are in a rush, but any small mistake that you make, you can have yourself just battling with flood water, and that is not what you are trying to achieve. Because if you fight nature and if you fight the path of water, you just have yourself to blame at the end. And when your peppers or when your fruits, maybe they've gotten to flowering stage, there's so much water there that it's even very difficult to work in spite of whatever tool or whatever boot you are wearing. So just have a look at where you are working. Just look around, ask around if there's any farmers nearby, because no one has done anything of this sort close, because this is more of a residential land in this village where we are farming. So where the farming land is deep into the forest, where you have to go a bit further. So none of them had experienced something like this. I was just about two people I spoke with, and they mentioned where the rain had gathered in the maize, that yes, they see water gathering there. So if I'd asked them earlier, they would have told me to dig deeper and create a natural path, but I didn't do that earlier. It was later on when I was facing, that was when we were chatting, and I was asking with some of the farmers nearby, and they told me that this is what is likely to happen. Well, so far so good. We know that this is what we are dealing with now, and it helps us to work with it. So if you are enjoying these videos from this channel, as we'll be sharing more and more every week or every other week, just like, share your comment, and subscribe to this channel just to help grow and boost this channel. Thank you.